Hi guys, welcome to the first video in the series Java Tutorials for Beginners. Throughout the series, we'll cover a variety of topics including classes, objects, constructors, methods, arrays, loops, and much more. As we go through the series, the videos will get increasingly complex and we'll discuss more advanced features and practices of Java programming. In this video, we're going to set up our machine to begin coding in Java and create our first Java application. The first thing that we need is a JDK. And that stands for Java Development Kit. Go to a web browser, I'm using Safari, and in the address bar I'm going to type in JDK download. And it's the first option for me here, so it's oracle.com Java SE downloads. And this is the Oracle page where we can download each version of the JDK. You can go for the latest one, so we've got Java SE 14, SE 11, and SE 8. And SE 8 is probably the most widely used right now. But more and more people are moving on to the later versions. Currently on my machine, I have Java SE 8. I would probably suggest that you download SE 14. It won't make any difference for the purposes of the videos that we're going to use, but it's always good to be on the latest one. Hit the JDK download button and scroll down, and you'll see a whole bunch of different download options based on the particular operating system that you're using. So whether you're using Linux, Mac or Windows, there's options there to install. If I was to be downloading it right now, I would use Mac OS Installer because I'm on a Mac, and I'll click that link and follow the installation instructions according to your operating system. So pause the video here if you need to and install the JDK. Once the JDK is installed, we need a development environment where we're going to actually write all of our code. And for this, we're going to use Intellij. Go to the address bar and type in Intellij. And it's the first option here. So Intellij IDEA. So why specifically are we using Intellij? Well, there's other ones out there. So you have Eclipse and you have NetBeans specifically, but I just think that Intellij is fantastic. I use it every day as part of my day job. It's a really great tool for me. It's rich in features. It's got things like integration for version control, database integration, and it's got a lot of tools that actually help you code more efficiently. So for example, it will warn you about duplication. So it promotes good coding practices. So let's go ahead and download and install Intellij. So hit the download button, and now it takes you through to two different options. We've got Ultimate and Community. Community is completely free and it does everything that we need for the purposes of these videos. So download the Community Edition. I'm going to click Allow here to allow the download, and you can see it's downloading. Once you've installed Intellij, start the application and you'll be presented with a screen like this. So let's go ahead and create a brand new project. So click on New Project here, and then we have a project SDK set. I'm not saying that yours should be 1.8, but it should be set to something. We're going to select Gradle here and Java. So Gradle is basically a build tool, and we'll talk more about this in a later video. It's not really important for this. You need to have Java selected here. Click Next, and now let's just give the project a name. So I'm just going to call it Java Tutorial. I'm going to put the project inside a workspace folder, and it would be a good idea for you to have a dedicated folder that you can use for any particular files that we need going forward in these videos. So call it workspace or something similar and put everything into that. The next thing we'll do is we'll click on the artifact coordinates, and there's a few things to fill in here. Group ID, I'm going to use com.runway code. So the group ID is the name of the artifact group, usually a company domain. So of course most people that are watching this aren't going to have their own domain or anything like that. So you can really put anything for this, but for me it makes sense. I have the website runwaycode.com, so you simply type it in reverse. So it would be com.runwaycode. If it was a UK-based website, it would be uk.co.runwaycode. The artifact ID, so as it says here, usually a project name. And I'm going to leave that as Java Tutorial. If we were creating some sort of admin dashboard, for example, or we were creating some sort of management system, then we'd call it appropriately by the name. But for this, it's just a tutorial video, so we're just going to use Java Tutorial. And I'm going to leave the version as 1.0 snapshot. And I'm going to click Finish. The Intellij environment has now opened, and you can see we've got a file here, build.gradle. It's not really important right now. we'll talk about it more in a later video. So let's close this. And you can see here on the left that this is the file structure. So we have our folder, Java tutorial, which I've put into a workspace folder, and we have main and test. We're going to create our first application, so we need to create a class. We need to create a Java class. So I'm going to right click on the Java folder, new Java class, and we need to give the class a name. So I'm just going to call it application, and I'm going to hit enter. So this is the basic outline of a Java class. You have an access modifier, a keyword class, and the name of that class, and curly brackets. So the public, as we said, it's an access modifier, so it means that this application class is accessible anywhere within the Java app. Class is, as we said, a reserved keyword, so it basically means that anything that precedes it is a class. An application is the name of that class. The curly brackets mean that anything within those curly brackets is part of that class. So I'm going to leave some space and then I'm going to type PSVM. And this is basically the shorthand in Intellij for allowing you to create the main method of the Java application. So if I hit enter, it's now created a template method for me. And this method in Java is the first one that's run. So it's the root method of the application. It's the first method that's run when the Java program runs. Again, public, so it's available anywhere. Static, it's a static method, and we'll talk more about that in a later video. Void is the return type, so we're not going to return anything from this method. And again, we'll talk about that in the next video. Main is the name of the method, and as a parameter, it takes a string array of arguments. These concepts will become clearer in later videos, but for now, we just want to run the application. Type S out, and again, this is an Intellij feature that allows you to use shorthand statements like this to produce larger statements. So if I just hit enter, that will use the System.out.println method. And what this application will do is basically print out something to the console. If we were to run it in a terminal, it would print something out to the terminal. So within these parentheses, we're just going to type out, so quotation marks, hello world. So this application is going to do something very simple. It's just going to print out the text hello world to the console. We now need to run the application. We can do that in different ways, but the easiest way here is to right click on the main method and go down to the option that says run application.main. And you can see here that it's printed out the text hello world. We can change this, so we could say something like hello world James with an exclamation mark, and we can run it either right clicking here, or we can now run it from the play button here. And now it says hello world James. That is pretty much the simplest Java program that you can run. It's an application that simply prints out some text to the console. So that's everything for this video. In the next video, we'll build upon what we've done here and learn more about the key Java concepts. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope you found it useful, and if you did, then please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.